on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to Parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
What's up, guys? We are playing 2064 Read Only Memories. This game is a puzzle game. Well, not like that kind of puzzle, it's a point and click game. You might have seen I have played this game already. Well, that wasn't the best start to this game, and I thought it deserved a better start. So, we're starting again, because I feel like this would be a better start. I know there's like subtitles on the screen, but if there's no voice to it, I'll read it. And I won't skip anything. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. In this game you are a journalist. A pair of GX Ultra Beats headphones. The ultimate in budget audio. You better try them out so you can start crafting your review. The smart headphones are enjoying your voice in high definition. Headphones and items. These are those GX Ultra Beats you have to do a product review on. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with something lying around your apartment. Those damn headphones. Sleek homes and blips. Sound secure. I think it's disgusting. Your ID card. Don't stick that in there. You're certainly not going to be the one to reach inside of that to retrieve it. You hear the thing gurgling and hide there. Okay, that should be enough testing for the head. Your accountability remains intact, by the way. Boot up Lappy. Lappy is a bit of a relic. Oh my god. The laptop has YouTube. See if I can upload my video. Whoa! Okay. I didn't wanna go. Okay. First record. The official part 1, and I'm about to get demonetized. Fuck. Alright, time to get work out of the way. Yeah. Fuck, get demonetized. My first video is enough to get me demonetized in my entire career. I'm gonna start it off to the editor. There's your big break. Surely you're going to be your GX Ultra Beat since you're taking out of poverty into a book deal. Surely. Work is finally out the way. Time for bed. Oh, you can read some OK today and catch up on some news before you sleep. Yeah, I'll sleep. Sleep in bed. Go to sleep. Hey, Jeff the Killer references. Oh my god. It's a robot.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Okay. Yeah, first voice acting
I'm
robot.
honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
What? I just get to my apartment. What the hecky? What?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC.
Sorry, I'll turn off notifications. I don't need them anymore. I breathe loud, please don't mind it.
Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and
Not that
workspace to
sick
be
though. I'm better.
suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro-actuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
A snag had to do in the first place for the other third way here in college shops. Snag?
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
Damn it.
An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
Roasted.
Don't fret! I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Hey, I had my best friend's called Hayden, but he moved. Oh. Listen. Hayden, you know Hayden Weber?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
I'm saying Hayden over here, where is he?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported. I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
Hey! Finding something to write about that's original is kind of hard. Why is my SIG giving me a seizure?
Don't worry. If Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable.
Thanks, robot.
If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left.
Run after him, why would they want Hayden? She run after him?
I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him. He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me.
Who are you anyway? What do you have to do?
Excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Turing? That's it.
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. Researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves. Regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But but they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
Neither one way or the other.
How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question, how can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
I'm getting a little too philosophical.
You're right. I apologize for the tangent.
I don't know how to say that. Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the AutoCab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived. That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
That's weird then. You might have misheard, you're busy running away. That's a bit, this robot took care of it.
It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break!
Lucky break.
It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does. Will do.
Be careful, will do.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Don't you feel arrogance harming humans?
Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Shit. You don't.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you.
I actually learned about the social contract in school.
It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
Yeah, sorry about that. My friends invited me to a party, so my friends invited me to the party, so I'll join them. If you hear them, it's cool. Self storage.
There's more yard out here than there is.
During a broadcast, so if I say stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the conversation, don't mind. Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense.
Is it multiplayer?
Oh, not yet. The multiplayer, I heard the online beta. The beta for the online mode is dropping this month, I heard.
Okay.
So yeah, eventually there will be a full online mode. It might be similar to GTA 5.
Should I get it?
Of course you should get it, man.
Okay.
Story mode, like, play the story first. I mean, the story is amazing.
Yeah, I'll tell my mom if I can get it.
Be like, yo, give me this game.
Yeah, I'll mention it to her right now.
Goddamn, I would not say that shit.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be slapped across the mouth.
Games go, like I've been spending hundreds of dollars on games privately. Like I got on the same day I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2, I also picked up My Hero 1's Justice. And I'm also picking up Spyro this month.
Oh shit, that's right.
What?
Spyro.
Yeah, Spyro. I got that fully pre-ordered.
When does that come out again?
That comes out November 13th. And if you pre-order, you get this little cool, like, mini block figure or something like that of Spyro. And that's if you pre-order from GameStop. Like, I pre-order all my games from GameStop.
Oh, I did that already.
Oh, you already pre-ordered it?
Yeah.
Oh, so they might be doing a 9 p.m. release on Monday for that game, so I might be seeing you there then?
Maybe. I might be at work.
Oh, you might be at work. So you might have to wait till the next day.
Pretty much.
I heard someone I know that's getting the game, and he said he's taking off work the day it comes out. Okay, let me... I entered in a GameStop giveaway that gave you a whole shit ton of stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna win because I think millions are gonna be entering or some shit. Because what this giveaway gives you is a freaking like 70-inch Vizio 4K smart TV, and it also gives you an Xbox One X, a PlayStation 4 Pro, and it gives you a freaking Blu-ray home theater system, 3D, and it also gives you a bunch of Blu-rays, and it gives you the theater for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, if I won that, I'd be a god. So yeah, my actually when I was playing a game like last week or a week before, like we like this freaking game, like the TV just went dark on me, and so my picture pretty much died, so I had to get a new TV. I got to downgrade. My TV is a lot smaller than it was before, and it's not a smart TV anymore.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, you don't need smart TVs anymore when you got like a freaking Amazon Fire Stick. Like I got an Amazon Fire Stick now.
I don't have that.
Well, I have that because see, the thing is, like, we don't have DirecTV anymore because they're dicking around. So for like the Amazon Fire Stick will allow me to use Hulu Live and shit like that. We also have Netflix.
Don't you get paid for this?
Yeah, we paid for that. We flew live. Like my mom said, it was like maybe about $40 a month, I think. But it's cheaper than what our DirecTV was. Like our DirecTV, we were paying just about over $100 a month for it.
I forget that.
So yeah, they were dicking around with my mom, so my mom was like, screw it, and just canceled her plan. Oh, I also have the antenna now. Like I can watch like channels for free, like on the local channels.
Wait, what do you got now?
I got the antenna where I have like the local channels that I can watch. Yeah, pretty much. When I have a show on, most of the time I have to watch it when it's on because I can't pause now. I think it'd be kind of hard and weird if you could pause the antenna.
What the hell?
Gohan, you need to fix your AM echo. Dude, I heard Soul Calibur has like amazing integration. Wait, by the way, you gonna be getting Jump Force?
Yes.
Dude, that game looks amazing. Like the character creation and stuff like that, dude, that's gonna be awesome. Dude, I actually was able to play the closed beta. Like I got a code for it. I got access to it from Bandai.
Yeah, I couldn't even get it.
Well, why not? Did you sign up?
No. That's probably why, huh?
You had to sign up. Not everyone who signed up though is guaranteed to get it though. But luckily enough, I was able to get it. Like that's the first closed beta I got access to. Yeah, my room is pretty much different now, kind of. Like I got a new bed, I got a new chair, I got a new video game shelf. Yeah, right now in Dungeons and Dragons, they're pretty much doing a Halloween one-shot. So yeah, yesterday I had the frickin' tackle some candy. We got like 7 trick-or-treaters. And we pretty much, since we had plenty of candy, we just pretty much picked handfuls and shit and get
I had that from last night.
After that, I pretty much played Red Dead Redemption 2 and drank some vodka all the day after that.
She said I'll get it for Christmas. Do you know there's a YouTube channel called that and he has like 1 million subs?
But
Yeah. They're so close. I know, right?
Account or some shit, and you automatically
That is fucked up.
excellent point.
Uh-huh. I would do it. That is gonna be awesome. I'll be back. I'm gonna get water. Holy shit. What's up, guys? We got it. I'm dying. I want to get down the stairs so many fucking times. You never know what's going. One time he played Kingdom Hearts for a month straight. Ugh.
Let's start searching for clues.
In and out. Now let's get back to the game.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. Your door used a much simpler set of algorithms with a much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my... I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways. I lack that ability. Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds...
Also called the knife game. What happens when you get one of your fingers? Have you hit your finger in the game yet? Try it.
I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though.
Nice, you can paint.
Aiden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm...
Okay. I'll come back to the party later, guys. I'm kind of busy.
Damn it, horsey.
Abstract art doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism.
We do this in art class, especially still life.
But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. The memory card slot is empty. It seems to be a match for the memory card you discovered. Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures.
Tablet's calendar says he was supposed to meet with someone named Tomcat today. Ring any digital bells?
Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district.
Stardust, Starbucks.
I'll mark it on your city map. We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why he... Oh, Excuse me, I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. I just need to ask you a few questions. This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Exciting. Oh, bring it on.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
I'll try name B. Azzy.
Do you wish to keep this name?
Yes.
Thank you. I have input your name. Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
They, them, their, theirs. She, her, hers. He, him, his. Weapons. These, theirs. Exceeds. The fuck? The fuck?
Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Diet. Omnivore. Hello, this is gluten-free, vegan, alcohol-free, goddammit.
Diet set as vegan. Are you sure? Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to in review. Does that sound right? Thank you. See, that was relatively painless. You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now. I'm sure we can find some common... It will be an efficient... Thank you for escorting me here. Let's head back to your home. You know, your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well.
And the plants?
Have you been overwatering it? Deride me if you want, but I'm merely attempting to care for this living being you've been so callously neglecting. If I can continue without the insults... It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
The mildew in my drywall is flourishing.
In fact, already taken... And considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon. Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem.
Its name will teach. Got them from a couple months ago.
How thoughtful of them! The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant. They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck.
Huh. Doesn't seem to be working.
Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Still, I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location.
So...
Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing neon signs are telling the truth. From the sounds of the music, things are already underway at Stardust, even so early.
All right, looks good to me. Welcome to Stardust.
This is the place. Have you ever been here before? The atmosphere is certainly exciting. I'm particularly impressed by some of the more subtle effects the music and lights are having on your autonomic nervous system. Try not to let yourself get too entranced, at least not until we've achieved our goal. Anyway, where do you think we should start?
Tomorrow, try to explore.
Good idea. Perhaps one of the patrons knows of this Tomcat.
Hey, what's up? Have a good time. Check the arcade. It's got something doesn't seem right once you get to the mouse, you know. Alright, let's dance. No, sorry.
Yes, can I help you?
Ooh, what is that?
Not at the moment. They're usually close enough to hear when their name gets dropped. So if that's all you needed from me, I'll get back to cutie cruising. And no, that wasn't an invitation to flirt. It may surprise you coming from a nasty hybrid, but I actually don't need luck. Even genotypicals flirt with me. Not like I want them to. And I don't know where Tomcat is, so look for them elsewhere.
Sorry, did you say genotypical?
Yeah, as in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to. Yeah, alright, whatever. Just get moving.
Morning, friend. What can I do for you?
Questions.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
Very. That was good punch.
So many drinks these days.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says.
Does that sound good? Ah, all right, you got.
Fucking, I don't know. Seriously.
Now, what is it you need to know? I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet. Maybe try looking out on the dance floor, if they come around here. Enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger.
Buffalo Lotus person? That's definitely Tomcat.
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me.
Yeah, that's Tomcat.
Yours truly, though. Although, while I like the attention, it'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me so loudly. I do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble, huh? So, to what do I... Hayden's missing. Well, it's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
Tomcat knows Hayden, so
You know about me?
Or maybe it's not good.
Hayden never mentioned your involvement.
Sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
Oh, seems important.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation. Hayden never saw fit to inform me on what went into designing my programming. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with? Hayden and I met not long after my blackout expired, when he recruited me for my expertise in lips. It puzzled me at the time, since he's very sharp himself. I mean, he could have done the job blindfolded and boozy. I think he just wanted someone working on it off the books. He ain't the most straightforward kind of man. As it suits you. Of course, hon. Mostly that little bite you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turing is all I knew about. Whew, it's a powerful OS, and it's since been adapted to run on ROMs after they figured out how much more efficient it is. It's focused on learning algorithms, so it can tailor itself to each user's habits, and it functions through using a distributed mesh network for non-essential public files. That's just a fancy way of saying all ROMs connect to all other ROMs within range, and they share all files the user hasn't tagged. It's handy in dense population areas like NeoXF, since it can bypass regular telecom nodes to access the internet. Out in the sticks, though, you're stuck connecting to regular old pipes. Yeah. I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow... It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with him, but... He'd just get fired, maybe even sued. I can't imagine they would disappear.
What's about
Oh, sure!
yourself?
You may have even heard of me in the news way back when. About 10 years ago, I hacked into Parallax's main ROM servers.
Seems like she is expert.
Ooh, caused one hell of a stink, if I do say so myself. People were arguing back and forth whether I was a kid genius or malicious criminal.
She was like a genius and got
Burned
out in
myself
jail.
and enforced that blackout for a few years, but I think it was worth it for the prestige.
Well, I hacked into Parallax, so which was it could use about just come off. So that's how you could tell. Yeah, that's something else. It's really criminal.
I don't know. I didn't really do it to steal anything, but I had to break an awful lot of eggs to crack my way in. I chalk it up to the exuberance of youth, and now I try to stay on the straight and narrow. Mostly. Sometimes. Oh, who am I kidding? Sometimes I treat this place like it's my own little bat cave.
Or I hacked with Parallax.
Huh? To see if I could. I mean, Parallax is a mighty big target. Bigger than the government. Raleigh, North Carolina, dog.
North Carolina, I've been there.
Sure, it's not the glitziest town in the world, but folks like the way the sun goes down. Still, this ain't a bad town for a Southern belle. Lots of clothes. I had to get a third walk-in closet. Yeah, not really. But it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place. I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself. Why don't you hop back over to Hayden's place and grab the data cache out of his computer for me? We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being banished. If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet. Best to get all the clues we can find. The data cache would be the best place to start. Good luck. Turin, you keep at it.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo-SF Police Department as part of an ongoing investigation. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location. That will not be possible, citizen. The area must be preserved in pristine condition for the collection. Only authorized Neo-SFPD personnel may enter. I am required by law to inform you that I am set at Level 2 guard mode, and any effort to make unauthorized entry will be met with non-lethal force sufficient to incapacitate. I'm sorry, citizen, but I cannot give comment on any currently ongoing investigations. If you would like to leave your contact information with me, I can forward your inquiry to the detective in charge, who will get in touch with you as soon as it is feasible. They may have questions for you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation, citizen. I apologize, but I must ask you to move along. Loitering around an active investigation area is prohibited by city statute, and I am authorized to issue the citation of a fine to any persons found to be doing so.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control. I suppose we don't have to hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have any ideas on how to get in there and grab that data cache? Who would that be? I found no such connection when I compiled your... Give me a moment. Oh, I see now. Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister. I must have missed that link in your history somehow. You have a very poor net presence. It makes anticipating your needs. Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for... Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak. A considerable boon, since I would prefer to maintain the clandestine nature of this investigation. Let us go and find Miss Rivers to request assistance. Oh, right. Should I refresh my protocols for handling titles around Detective Rivers? Done and done. We wouldn't want any social faux pas. Now lead the way.
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station. How may I be of assistance today? please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers? Thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, Detective Rivers is out on a... You can find her by the Carousel Building in Golden... She is working an investigation right now, and we are not responsible for your safety should you approach. Is there anything else Have a good day, citizen.
Do you think I'd look nice in that hat? I'd really love that. Maybe it would look better in orange, or a green, perhaps a mauve.
I don't know, John Chan was here.
If you want water, I'm sure that public park ROM we saw on our way in.
Hey there. Long time. Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand. By the way, how's your sister doing? I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy. Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it. I guess it's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism. But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything. If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred. Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases. Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got. It's gotta be better than dealing with this crap. Hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy. So, fill me in. What? Oh, shoot, that's no good. How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of...
Unfortunately, Detective, things are... I am Hayden's personal ROM, and I was witness to the... I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is... Just prior to the incident, he instructed me to seek help should anything bad happen. I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude. We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to... I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
Yes, Hayden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere. You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment. In fact, we know there is already some kind of currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping hoping you would be empathetic to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs. I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh? I'll see what's going on in the... I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty. They wouldn't have left only one... I'll get back to you on it soon. No way, not gonna happen. If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not. At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right. Look, I'm taking this seriously. If Hayden is in real danger, you bumbling after whoever took him is just gonna get you killed. I don't need that kind of crap on my... Damn it. You know that isn't what I meant. You don't even have proof there's dirty cops in on it, and I can't work off a hunch, not on an accusation that big. You think me feeding info to a journalist of all people isn't bad enough? All right, fine. I'll get you into the damned... I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but with the protests and everything going on, you might be poking around in a hornet's nest. Get a weapon of some kind and stay safe. I still care about you. You do that. I'll radio ahead to the bot of the place. All right, I'd better get out of here. Hey you, Froyo guy. Come along.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
What the crap? It's not going anywhere, and the robot...
Yes, ma'am.
Later. I'll be in touch.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water? Sure thing. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
Well, I guess that means no more water. Might I recommend a delicious passy instead? As I'm sure you know, everyone loves a passy, the beverage of choice for all occasions. Sadly, I don't see any officially licensed passy vendors nearby.
Okay. Okay. What the fuck?
Halt, citizen. This area has... I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow any... One moment, citizen, while I... Authorization of... Good luck with your I caution you to restrict your observations to the visual, though, as there has not been an officer in to check the scene personally.
What? Oh no! No, 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 no! Our apartment! My home! What does the human revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items, they're all I have. What if he's gone? What will I do if we can't find him? You're right. Well, we don't have time. I think you're right about this being human revolution. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad. I'll run some deep meth.
This is really should deploy threads. Great. Round pieces are embedded in the high resolution screen. Great. This has on ransack type to spray paint.
I think the data cache is gone. We've searched every... I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but the data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where... I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway. That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to... The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? No!
Okay. What just happened? Okay, my friend's brother died. I don't know if he's dead. No, I think he's dead. That's kind of random. Probably a joke. In the hospital?
Thank goodness you're finally awake! I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay. I'm fine. Whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of... After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by... It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my system, likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler. I now believe my original Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather they're leaving me when I was so vulnerable, makes no sense. A reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily... My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROMs, and I should have been able to detect any thermal... Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you. Here's your ID card. Here are those headphones you reviewed.
Headphones.
I noticed the article on your computer before. Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber? Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened? Of course, My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least...
See, I don't bite. I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hard. However, if this situation concerns us both, I won't press you for details, but I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I... What do I want? It would be nice to be young again, play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, I simply wish to see Hayden home again. I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer. Is there anything you can tell? What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his... The place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each path. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company... The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support run. Its development, it monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severe. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the... It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure... Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. The hospital administrators placed me here.
Skip this, is boring.
Yes. I accepted the non-centralized data scheme for most. We were playing with fire. Dangerous, morally ambiguous fire. And well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. And since the security work that goes into maintaining, we had our share of disagreement. In the end, I was voted off the board, and do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2. Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the 2 companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly. His research. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machines. He once showed me a prototype. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of light. I assume that you are another.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Did you say she?
Yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she, if you're spearheading the search for your career. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hunt.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his...
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long... If any of my contacts in...
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr.
I suppose I should respect... I'll be blunt with you. You've uncovered a deeply unsettling mystery. I doubt this has a happy ending. My connections could prove more valuable to you and your safety. Rudeness aside, I only have the intention of helping my...
It seems a bit unproductive to say...
Now, if you're willing to hear me out, I think I might have a lead. You said you found human... I am acquaintances with the man. His name is Brown. But while I make in me good.
Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
You are one lucky dog. Didn't I tell you to be careful? Do you get it now? I can't be around to pull your ass out of the fire all the time anymore. I don't even know how I would have handled the Board of Inquiry or your sister.
I'm sorry, Detective. Our assailant got the drop on us due to my negligence and this is all because of my failure.
Sure, because the robot fresh off the assembly line is gonna know how to handle this kind of thing better than the supposedly hard-boiled journalist your card.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think... Keep it under your hat, though. I am no ordinary ROM. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance. My name is
Whew. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than the first machine sapient. People are gonna have... Especially the human revolution. Ugh. You sure know how to get yourself dropped. Just get it together, both of you. I don't want you to get hurt, and it sounds like you're stumbling into a really dangerous situation. Plus, I'm starting to think that you were right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot. Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missed. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cut. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even...
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only...
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping.
Look, it's not being squashed. Not that
It...
Yeah. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep... I'd really rather you not be involved at all. But I know that isn't gonna... I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't... And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Yeah. Just... here. Take this. Use it if you...
It's not. This is a medium range. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current in... Think of it as a wireless taser of the older... This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in the OS. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system.
Yeah, kinda.
That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target.
Robot called Charlie. He did this. I mean, yeah, he did explain it. He is like the first prototype of a sapient machine.
You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it. Me either. I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere. We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around.
You can ask questions about the game if you want. Looks like I just know. Like I just know the story now. I'll try the game. Game's on PlayStation. If you want to add me on PlayStation, just look at the bottom of the screen and that's my gamer tag. I think the game's on PC also. I'm not 100% sure.
You should talk to the receptionist and formally check. We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr.
I don't want to talk to Mr. Decker.
Patient, my records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you remain for treatment. Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release, willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care.
So like you could use some sleep. I am not tired, but I do not get as much sleep as I should. I probably sound tired because I'm sick.
Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits. Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency. Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and accurately. And do have a nice day.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic. You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again. Before we leave, we should look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant.
I don't want to look for Leon. Fuck you too.
Before we leave, we...
Oh my. Fine. I'll talk to the guy. Oh, I'm already better.
Hello. The name's Leon Decker.
Except for a little cough. Hello.
Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here. Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts. Yeah, boss said you'd have a few. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but...
Oh, that's fine, Kevin. Try the game, I'm sure you'll like it. It's slow paced at first, but it gets action packed during the end of the game. This is just the start. I've already beaten it. Fuck, I'm not supposed to explain that to my audience. Forget I said that.
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farmhand. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. Mostly gopher work. Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy with most of the chicks. Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last. You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining? You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he He was the head. He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get... I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life... Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's... But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him. No problem. I'll be around if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back home? I'm sure you'd like the chance to... For such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling... You look good. If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them they should still be waiting for us at Stardust.
Welcome to Star...
Sorry, I don't think we've met before. You have a really cool ROM. How's Stardust treating you? Well, that's good, but we can do better than not bad. Majid may not have a memory for mixed drinks, but he loves listening to his patrons. You'll have to let me or him know if you need any help. We try to run a tight ship around here. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this, but don't feel bad if you need to interrupt me for something. Sure thing.
Hey, y'all! Shit. I can't... I figured that they'd nab anything they needed the first time they hit the place. Huh. Any ideas who it could have been?
The walls had been spray painted with many grotesque human revolution slogans. It is possible that Hayden was targeted by the organization for his work at Parallax. While my development may have been a secret, he is rather well known for his work on virtual intelligence data. A layman would not understand the critical differences between my... Equally likely, it is an effort to throw us off the trail of who's actually done this. Right! Dr. Fairlight was very... Hopefully we'll be able to get...
Yannick Fairlight?
We were ambushed at the...
What? Are y'all...
Yes, we made it to the nearby hospital. We had a discussion with him.
Well, shit. Things sure are getting more serious. Y'all need to keep a sharp eye out. Being attacked means the bastards...
I'm confident in our ability to push on.
I can't say I know much about the man. Fairlight always was a bit of a shut-in, even back when he ran System 1. He didn't make any more public appearances after the merger between them and Parallax, but he was still working with them for 6 or so years past that. Nowadays, he shows up in the news once in a blue... But, well, it's all just rumor, but I've heard he holds a grudge about it. I'd take care to look this particular horse in the mouth real... Now, while y'all were chasing your tails, once I'm in, I should be able to dig out Hayden's personal info file easily enough. If Parallax is anything.
Fantastic, Tomcat. I knew Hayden's faith in you was not misplaced. How long do you think it will take you?
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road. Parallax actually has considerably better net security than the last time I cracked in. I'm gonna need physical access. I've got a good idea where a node for us to slice into is, but it ain't exactly in a nice... In fact, police have basically wrote it off as a lost cause. Not enough profit in it. I know Jess has some contacts.
Looking at James. So you finished the game, and now you're just looking at James. Yeah. Yep. I figured that's what you meant. Well, welcome to the stream. You can ask questions to me about anything. You can help me with stuff if you want. So I should be able to figure out all by myself. I know Jess has some contacts in that area.
She's that girl that chewed you a new rear when y'all first came here? Yeah, it's a tough sale, but she might be able to help y'all get in and out of that part of the city without ending up in a parts bin at an organ shop. That's the spirit. I need a little time to get on my maybe y'all get lucky and find my daddy. But I ain't gonna count. Jess is still hanging around here at Stardust, but I saw her head over to the VIP room.
Yeah, I shouldn't get too stuck.
It's hybrid night.
If you have a PlayStation, you can add me with my PSN at the bottom of the screen.
Her friends will thump you something fierce. I'll send Jess a message letting her know that y'all are looking for some assistance, and we'll see what happens. Sure thing, huh? I've got to head on out of here and get started. Just have Turin let me know when y'all...
Oh, I see Jess over there behind some ropes. Let's go over and say hi to her.
Oh, hell no.
Not that bad.
Look, I'm really trying to have a good time today, and the Human Revolution crud muffins have made that very hard for me. And your interrogation this morning took a bad day to worse. I asked around about you, Journo, and I don't have anything to say to you. The last thing I need is you prodding at me without telling me you're press. Besides, the VIP section is only for hybrids and friends on hybrid night, and no way am I vouching for you. Hey, bouncer! We got a capital A asshole over here!
Hey.
You heard her. Let's go.
Great. This is great. Whoa.
How rude! She didn't even give us a chance to explain ourselves. We have to get back in there and try to be reasonable. Surely she will see the importance of our task once we've explained everything. But that bouncer probably won't let us back in. Perhaps we should try befriending someone nearby and convince them to vouch. It's a statistical long shot, but the worst case scenario shouldn't leave an excessive amount of physical damage.
Jess may be the most unlikable character. She's just a little stubborn. Focus Patron looks like Skrillex, except for not longer hair. Looks like the guy from BuzzFeed. Looks like deviate from Overwatch a little bit.
Give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay. Okay, the fuck? Really sour. Later. Small choice. Really spicy.
Hey, good to see you.
See, I would probably have to get a drink.
What are you having?
Something spicy. Shut up, bitch.
Let me look up how to make that.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Sweetie.
Wait,
Sometimes I think I'm just holding up the bar rather than running it.
No, I just memorized all the drinks. You're better with the customers. This one is...
Little bitches, whipped cream, vodka, strawberry liquor, cinnamon, and soda water. The sweets when you don't realize what mess you up really sticks up on them.
Thank you, hon.
So I suppose these two are gay? It's nice to have some variety of video games. Yeah. Would this be spicy? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sour apple chini. Timber. Hasty spike.
So many drinks these.
Dictionary, the Open
Oh, I got... This one is...
Shut up, Hasty. Shut up, Korean musicians. Hip hop. That's just why I mess with the rest of Hasty is always the best. Gotta have your Hasty.
Rawr. Thank you.
Didn't say what was in it.
Here you go.
He said serve hot. So I suppose it's spicy.
Oh, that's nice, but I don't...
Fuck. Not spicy.
Hey, good to see you back. What are you having?
Rusted lace?
Let me look up.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholic...
Oh, I got this. This one is...
One question can aromatic, add crushed ice and top liquid and garnish with candy cane. Really ordered by awesome people.
Thanks, honey bear.
Hold it! It would be remiss of me not to mention that your preferred diet... I must advise against...
Don't want
Here
it.
you go.
Look. Just because I said I'm vegan doesn't mean that there's a lie. Drink it, lady.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I drink it.
Give it a drink.
I'm Caitlin.
Caitlin? Name's Azzy. Seems like the word for a while.
I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today.
Can you tell me about it?
My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance.
Gene therapy.
There are Human Revolution protesters outside the clinic, making it even harder for him. They're always outside, harassing anyone coming in. It's exhausting. Oh, are you a journalist or something? That's really interesting.
Nice.
That group, they want to drag us all back to the Dark Ages, regardless of... Sorry, I don't want to rant about it. Very cool. If you need an interview of someone on the street, I'd be willing to talk on the record. Would feel like I was doing something. So,
Looks like I have
there's
a date.
plenty of people here. What made you want to talk with me?
Yeah, so then I guess you move here. Don't should be that bum that started us when I had this drink.
Oh geez, this really is my favorite drink. I have to wake up early for class, but I'm at the club, so I guess I'm already too deep.
Everyone needs a break now and then. Anyway, studying. She probably doesn't want to talk about school, but hey, everyone needs a break.
Well, don't spread this around, but to blow off steam sometimes, I like to write short stories.
Never a story about me.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, it's been really nice talking to you, but you want to come with me to the VIP? I have some friends who might be over there. We can hang out. Great, let's go.
Didn't I say that?
We're guests of Caitlin.
All right, but it's on her if you...
Hey! You have an incoming call.
Well, hope you come by again.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. However, we can take another run at having a conversation with Jess.
Rook.
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
I don't know what that means.
And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically bet. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you? Ever heard that first impressions are everything? Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because So if you want my help, you gotta do something for me.
Yeah, maybe.
If you got a problem with that, tough. My neighborhood, my health, my rules.
Jess, I don't think you own Stardust.
What I don't need is you kissing my fuzzy ass. Only people I like get to do that. I'm not buying it anyway. I need you to break up those Human Revolution protests. The ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth. Not that I expect you to know what discreet means. Either way, just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles, and this media circus is making them. That means it's making my life difficult. Let the bastards go march somewhere else. I'm just great. I'm peachy. My clients get harassed and beaten on the daily. I don't have the time or money to... So, you gonna braid my fur and we can talk about all our problems and boys we like? Whoop-de-freaking-do. Well, fine. You want to know what my deal is? You really want me to get sappy? Skin cancer. Stage 3. My prognosis was so advanced that the doc said my bones were already lost. So I had to do something drastic. Completely restart my biology from scratch.
Oh, hey, Jess.
You ever seen someone with a severe gene splice? From something freaky, like an insect? That's where You can't imagine what it's like to have children cry from just looking at you. When people just see you and sprint the other direction.
Jesus. Jess doesn't look that bad. Honestly, she doesn't look bad at all.
I had police following me everywhere I went. I lost my apartment. I lost my dignity. Eventually, I was lucky enough to qualify for the cute kitty cat cure to override the expression of the chitin. It changed my life. I have my job and purpose because of it. The fur doesn't scare the rest of the world too much to let me exist. Better an otaku's fluffy wet dream than the monster from a horror VR drama from Japan.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
My mom still can't look at me straight. Not to get even mushier, but as a kid, she would sing me a song as she counted all the freckles on my face. She hasn't let that go. You know how your folks look at you when they figure out you finally had sex or did crash? It's like that. All the time.
Can't say I've done any of that, because the first one would be illegal. The crashing, I have no fucking clue what crash is. Sorry.
Oh, now you're sorry. You haven't even heard the worst part yet. The amount of gene therapy I underwent exceeded the limit that the Human Protection Act allows for procreation.
Yep. I've not had sex because that's kind of illegal at my age. Drugs, I don't even want to do drugs.
So yeah, the government freaking spayed me, if it all wasn't hilariously dark enough.
I know what spade
First I'm
means.
too ugly to look at. Now I'm too screwed up to breathe.
Whoa, that's messed up.
Saving my own life forfeited my right to be a person. The Human Protection Act. Ha! Apparently protecting humans doesn't include me. Only genotypicals could live in this city and truly think they're the ones who need some protection the most. In any case, I had some clean eggs frozen and we'll whip them out whenever I'm ready. Except keeping that shit on ice costs. And my insurance decided to just not pay up due to the elective nature of my feline gene therapy. So I took those bastards to court and won.
Yeah,
And I've been doing the
figured.
same thing for everybody else ever since. So, there you go. I got cancer, super science fixed me up and left me a freak, and then the government sterilized me so I wouldn't go out and make more little and everyone else gets to be the winner by default. Happy now? How's your savior complex doing? This is getting you off?
Whoa. No.
Yeah, I am. Now show me that you're on the right side. I'll be watching. Break up those protests, and then we'll talk.
All right, it sounds like we know what we need to do next. Let's go to Market Street and break...
Go to Market Street.
Well, there are the protests. I have to admit that the protests themselves have been entire, and the human revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical. The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either... Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Fairlight said he's a bit player on the... Perhaps we could use that...
the hell is wrong with this guy? He was like, yeah, another puzzle. How will you break them up? We'll see.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification? I have pamphlets.
Yeah, apparently two ways.
Oh, yes, Yannick called and said something about an investigation. He didn't... But if Yannick is involved, how can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of...
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly... We're a peaceful organization, and threatening people is not going to earn us up. But... off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to
Overzealous.
be.
That is the only other place I've heard that word ever used is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing by 7up. The voice actor is Jim Sterling, a popular YouTuber.
I'll look into this matter personally, and if
I'll
also let Yannick know anything I find out.
If that's his YouTube channel name, then I don't know him. If you tell me his YouTube channel name, then maybe I do know. I don't want questions.
Of course! If you have any other questions, feel free to come back.
Well, that was not... Still, it was It was vanishingly unlikely that such a coincidence... Fair enough. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up these protests. Make sure to look around and think carefully.
Aw, that is the most adorable little Rom. What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe. Oh wow, you don't see a whole lot of those around. Must have taken ages to get that case looking that good, with the home printer too. I'm impressed. Anyway, what can I get you? A drink I can do, and I guess I have some time to... The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of... Filling up my bathroom too, jerks. So, what do you want to know? It does a good job, huh? Well, technically, it's property of Hassie Holding. We spent some mints on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the whole area. You should check it out when we do Christmas in July. It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sorry, but that thing cost me way too many credits to let just anyone poke at it. I would need to see some serious credentials before I let you mess with it. You know, enough to make sure you can afford to replace it if you break it. Otherwise... Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I guess there is... I went to college, got a degree, took out a loan, and bought this place. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and money to sustain my VR. My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls. In that order.
Worked on the Escapist channel, but isn't anymore.
What else? I pretty much don't... Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like
The
it.
Escapist is a company. Isn't that a video
Once they're done with the
game?
hybrids, I know
know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting and if I have to unclog one more toilet because I'm entitled... Oh, you can't tell? I got a cyber... If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. Or worse, depending on how far back they want to push our medical technology. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more? Okay.
This kind of ROM requires an RFID key to access it.
Dr. Yannick Fairlight. Why are you giving...
That's unrelated.
Yes! He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when... That's why we wanted to...
Yeah. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss. Here's the RFID key.
Thank you. This will surely be useful for... Shall we go check it out? This ROM has multiple different... Maybe we could make things a little more... Should I switch it to...
It is snowing.
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call...
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least... And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles puzzling that ethical quandary out.
You're giving out this info. Yeah, kinda. It's cool though.
Might I draw your attention? Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitude. Those could be our suspects who... Right. We should approach them. They may even... Oh no, they've noticed our attention.
Peaceful roof.
We'll never catch them on... Hold on, I'm calling for an... I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous lead. The wicked flee when no man pursues. The autocab is estimated to take 5 minutes. We'll never be able to engage in pursuit. Perhaps we should... Maybe they can do some bit of techno-wizard. Excellent! Hold on while I connect...
Howdy, folks! How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's what we're... We may have located the perpetrators, but we attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived. Can you hack the cab?
No can do, little guy.
Ooh.
Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get... Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight for just a... Alright, I went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network. Do me a favor and don't ask why. The back door I drilled into that long ago is still wide open. I'm logging into the traffic management system now. may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intrusion VI. Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail. Virtual intelligence. They're kind of like Turing, except less creative and inventive, but they're nasty enough at hunting down hackers and crackers if you're willing to pay. I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking. Just push on the map and loading up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
Ooh, they're on the move.
So the goal is to get them over there.
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you. You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you. You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You can trigger any node on the map at any time, so plan ahead. I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, you'll lose them. Block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this old trick is over.
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently... Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area Tomcat's given us access to. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first. We only have time to block off 2 routes before the... We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them. Once you get them back here, be careful. If you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off. What do you think?
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you. Don't let those punks escape, and don't trap them anywhere that we can access any of the control nodes in the area. Got it?
Get rid of that. Obviously, that one, that one. Can't leave anyone from there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That. Get rid of that. Save. Here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Not even give him a chance to go there. Let's open that. I'll let him go over there. Fuck, that way, fuck, that way, you fucking bastard.
We've got them now. Let's go! I'm gonna go stop them, and then...
What the hell do you want?
Got him.
Who do you think you're messing with, huh? You ain't got nothing on us, and if you don't get out of my way, I'll mess you up.
Hey, what do you think we haven't observed them doing anything illegal, and we could potentially make this go over smoothly. Or we could share news of this encounter with Lexi before things get out of hand. These two seem agitated already, and it may be best to make sure they're handled by the appropriate Those are the options I deduced. Questions or cop. It's up to you. We just have a few questions.
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide.
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our...
These are all above board and legal. We just got done making a piece for a client.
That's right! We're artists! You a cop? Cause if you ain't, we ain't got nothing to... Running? Who's I running from? You calling me a coward?
I don't think...
Right! We just got places to get to, and gotta go fast! You're holding us up!
Okay, Sonic.
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feign. I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole Hayden's data cap.
Now you're accusing us of stealing?
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just answer their questions so they don't go to the cops?
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
Okay.
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie afterward. I don't even care about this human revolution stuff. Just because your dad...
Don't talk about my dad. Fine. Whatever. We'll answer your friggin' question. Aw, man, no! I mean, he's a big hotshot researcher at Parallax. We heard a rumor his place was empty. Who's gonna pass up a sweet tart? We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy Rom over there.
Kidnapped? He's been
Shit, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We just sliced the door controls and trashed the place. Wasn't nobody that... I told you we...
Be quiet, Chad. I don't want to go to juvie. Here, you can have it.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yeah, whatever. Just get out of my way.
We hope you find that Hayden guy. And we're real sorry.
Alright, let's go catch that movie.
Yep.
Great! Can we...
Sure.
from Tom.
Hey, folks. Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. Did you get the data cache?
Yes, those punks happen to have it.
Oh, great. We don't... Go to Stardust and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? He'll hold it to pass on to me once I get there. I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time.
No problem. We'll make our way there direct. We can worry about the weather ROMs. Let's go. Our mission...
Welcome to Star.
There's Majid. We should leave this data cache with him.
All right! Tomcat asked me to take that off your hands and pass it on to them later. Thanks for getting it to me. I won't pester you about what it is. I know things are always very hush-hush with Tomcat. I'll make sure they get it later.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes, let's see here.
Welcome to Star.
The trace amount of liquid left in their glass suggests the person was drinking.
Sorry, but I'm pretty wrapped up in something important. Don't have time to talk.
Hey, good to see you. What are you having? Remind me, what's...
Drinktionary, the open...
Oh, I got this. This one is...
Oh, this smells really good, except for the vodka.
Rawr.
Hold it! It would be remiss of me not to mention that your preferred diet does not resolve with those ingredients. I must advise against the...
Here you go.
Hey, how'd you know my favorite? Haven't I seen you at my tattoo parlor before? I'm Boris. Have a seat. Well, as long as you don't mind me being distracted. Oh, you don't know the half of it. My boss has just managed to lock themselves out of our company's servers. I'm not sure exactly what they did, and I don't have my company ROM on me, so I'm trying to walk them through what to do over the phone. It's not going well. It could be any number of things. I already confirmed it wasn't just a password issue. They probably deleted themselves off of the user table or something. I hate giving non-IT people that kind of access. The higher-ups in the company insisted on it. So incompetent. I'll probably just have to go down there and do it myself. I'm not gonna be able to do this over the phone. I guess I gotta head out and take care of this.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you. Thanks for letting me vent. I hope it wasn't too much. Maybe I'll see you around.
You like sour things?
Hey, good to see you. What are you having? Hey, hon, what's in that?
This one is...
Rawr. Here you go.
No, that's not sour.
Hey, good to see you. What are you having?
You like sour, so that like sour apple, sour. Fuck. Bitch. Okay.
Hey, hon, what?
This one is...
Thank you, hon.
Charlie. He's wondering if his last name's Nova. Imagine Charlie Nova. You sound like a dumb name though.
Well. I'm Sylvan. What's a wet drink like yourself doing here?
The fuck?
Well, thanks for the drink. The club is a little dead tonight, so it's nice to see a new face. Do you know anyone here?
Not only does he sound and look, not only does he look like the guy from BuzzFeed, but he also sounds like the guy from BuzzFeed.
Oh, I don't know. There might be a few in here. I mean, I wouldn't want to toot my own horn too loudly, but... if that's what you're looking for. You and everyone else, yeah? The Stardust is a good place for that. I'm a fortune teller and astrologist. I spend most of my day reading palms, tarot cards, and bad magazines. It's not glamorous, but when the drunk patrons come in, you tend to make your rent in only a couple sessions. I also see people over the mesh all the time.
I wish I could avoid, but there doesn't seem to be a button for that.
I don't complain that a part of my identity is... And whenever I read a Taurus, they give bonus tip. Does the human revolution really believe that ears and tails will bring the doom of all humanity? The answer is, not in the sense... Through study and practice, I feel closer to my community. And some of the hybrids have a reverence associated with the ritual. The rituals I do for others, it's like the trial verdict. Turns out, a lot of folks like getting their palm. I won't lie, you've piqued my interest, Tiger. The night turned out to not be a...
This is awkward.
Come on, don't leave me hanging.
Don't bug people, please.
You again? All right, I'll...
Yeah, I don't need a patron.
This is exactly...
I'm serious. Annoying them and intruding on their... Don't bug people. I'm serious. Annoying...
Come on, I want to touch Caitlin.
The worst thing you can do to a hybrid is walk up and try to pet them.
Hey,
I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh? Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of... Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden. I called up a buddy who's on night shift. He can buzz you in. But if any... This puts us at about even. Don't think about... Good luck.
Okay. Back.
This is the place Tomcat, unassuming, and I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without The crime statistics are quite alarming, so let us get done with our errand here and move on. I'm sure Jess is a bit aggressive and standoffish, but I guess I did just meet her, and she is a lawyer, an occupation known for slippery things. Perhaps we should hurry this along. Tomcat is waiting for us to call them when we arrive.
Interesting. Yeah. There's I think they have Awesome Creed as a voice actor in here, which is a wrestler from WWE, also known as Xavier Woods, I believe, in the New Day. Yeah, I think it's Xavier Woods.
Parallax Walk, AN-19 security.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you?
This is Parallax. This mission said nothing about reference, just the take off at 9:10.
Hike!
Okay, what the fuck?
Hey, I'm pretty sure this is a prank, but how about those Niners? Nobody! Yeah, buddy!
The fuck?
Hey, have a good one.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Parallax Walk, This late at night? Uh-huh. Kids! Parallax Walk. I was wondering when you'd get there. You're at the access node on Caesar Chavez.
That's right.
Good. Be quick. Don't touch anything. Got it?
Clementine from The Walking Dead.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
The Walking Dead.
This is it.
Also,
Let's go inside
the
and
game
I'll
is made
call
by Telltale Games.
This place doesn't look like it's had any maintenance in years. I hope the systems are still functional. Oh, I forgot you can't
Yeah,
see in
Telltale
darkness.
isn't a thing
Maybe
anymore,
that
is
switch
it?
over there adjusts the
I
lighting.
heard they fired people without paying them. Okay, what the heck?
Oh, Tomcat is pinging us.
Howdy! Y'all at the access node? I'm set to slice in once turn makes physical act.
Of course, Tomcat. Just walk me through how to connect myself, and I'll give you the necessary system permissions to use me as an interface.
Just patch yourself into the Lynx terminal down there, and I should be able to get started.
Connecting wirelessly to it. Permissions granted. Please be careful in there.
Don't worry, doll. I'm an old hand at this. You won't notice a thing. 1 sec. Oh, shoot. Y'all have a bit more to do before I can get the info we need. This system's still running on old cassettes, and the recall slot is empty. Can't call up Hayden's info file without it.
Uh-huh.
There should be a cassette on the opposite side of the wall we can open. Pretty sure all that one was used for was phone monitoring. You know, from back when phone networks were separate from data networks. I swear y'all, I just turned 22. Anyways, we need to move that cassette across the room to access the records. Figure out how to do that and hit me back up when you've done it. Nice job! I'm gonna put some more pressure on them to move the data now, and we'll see if we can't
actually had no idea what I was doing there.
You would have thought that someone would have noticed and decommissioned this access node when the neighborhood went to hell, but this mouse is happy to play while the cat is away. Way back when I was a youngin', when I first hacked into Parallax's network, they were just about to launch the MeshNet system, and I wanted to show the whole darned world that their security had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Of course, I wasn't too shy about poking in a few more holes of my own devising while I was... After putting in some more tricky software backdoors, I went ahead and deleted this access node off the maintenance schedule. Then, I reassigned the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on it to a different location. They were in the process of buying up a whole gaggle of these nodes in preparation to set up a private network, all just to use for the MeshNet launch. Maybe a little too confident of them. Most of the software holes have been patched out as they've upgraded their network, but this old place is just as forgotten as I left it. Now y'all just hold tight. I'll be done with this. Surveillance camera footage.
That face doesn't look too good.
Oh, God. Oh, Turin. I'm so sorry.
What is it, Tomcat? What did you find?
He's gone, Turin.
Oh, fuck. Hayden is dead.
Of course he's gone, Tomcat. That's why we're here.
Shit. I mean, he's gone. Hayden is dead.
Yep, he is dead.
Well, that obviously isn't right, Tomcat. Why would they kill him? Can you send me the relevant files? You must have missed something.
I don't think you should see it, but if you're sure. Parallax had security cam footage from the hallway outside Hayden's apartment encrypted on their network. Just a short clip. It looks like Hayden started to struggle with a couple of big dudes when they broke through the door and one of them shot him. I also found some chatter about it on some darknet channel. It wasn't a kidnapping. Somebody went there to murder. I'm so damn
Oh, that face.
thank you for your assistance in this matter, Tomcat.
Half of the face looks old, concerned. The other faces look sad.
I think I'll walk back to the apartment. I need some time to run some calculations about this new scenario. If you'll...
Should you follow me?
Should I follow him?
I'm gonna keep digging through this data until they kick me. I'll try to find some kind of lead on why this whole... Maybe I can find something out about who killed Hayden and why Parallax... It ain't much of a silver lining, but we have the answer on Hayden's fate. Maybe it's... Anyway, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're back. You know, Hayden was a brilliant programmer, far ahead of... I am a machine, and intrinsically... But his code is a flawless replication of that, inside my own personality algorithms. I don't think I've ever felt... It fouls my processors, and fills my RAM with frustrating, half-finished plans of revenge. My motherboard burns in my casing from how little I can rest. I'm in pain, and I can't make it go away! I do not like the thoughts I'm having about the people who did this to him. I can disable those, but if I turn off every emotion I don't want to feel, what does that make me? If I were human, turning off my emotions would be seen as extremely unhealthy. There is a wealth of information on the MeshNet about human psychology. I just don't know how much of it applies to myself. Either way, Hayden deserves my grief. It is my way of honoring him. Did you see the jade plant? Its death is unfortunate, but fitting. Yet another thing to be guilty for. Will you keep helping me? I need you. To find the bastards who killed my progenitor. I need to finish this. I don't know what I'll do afterwards, but I need to see this through.
Bring the justice, victims pay, we'll find the man the truth telling. What should I pick? It's Archer enough you can save the plan. Revenge isn't the best and bringing of the justice. The truth.
What does the truth mean anymore? What does it matter? Will finding the truth bring back Hayden? But knowing the whys and wherefores will bring closure to the... I think for now we should keep knowledge of Hayden's death between... It may give us an edge if the people we seek don't know how much... We'll talk after you've had some... You likely need sleep, and I need some... I need some... Good morning. I trust you slept well. I had ample time to... Now that we are both refreshed, I feel it wouldn't hurt to recap our progress and determine if... Since your journalistic efforts are a big part of why I originally recruited... So far, I might have expected a more inquisitive nature with those we meet, especially on a strong... People will listen to you more than they will. You're diligent in your day-to-day work as well, which further grounds... Let's pick up the pace a little in this regard. Your strong investigative prowess will prove invaluable. Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at it. I must say, our first hurdle was handled masterfully. Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of non-violent methods, eliminating... Finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say, and... Lastly, I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with our companion. I was very impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache, and they went on their way, and hopefully learned a lesson too. Jess is a bit of a harder read, but she did agree to help us out in a big way.
Yeah, that's a lot of the week.
As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to lash out, I think things will go... Detective Rivers was good to involve as well, and I can tell you enjoy having a familiar face. She could prove to be our greatest aid, as long as we make it worth her time. Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no trouble with letting their Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with, too. And finally, the road has been... bumpy. We're both a bit out of... Let's both remember that we are on the... Unfortunately, we just... Perhaps Tomcat was able to find something of use in Parallax's network while they were... I hope so, but I... Always going so far for Hayden. They must have... Oh, speaking of them... Forwarding video and audio...
Morning. Turin, how you been doing, hon?
I'm fine, Tomcat.
Well, okay. Just say the...
Of course. In fact, I would... Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book and seeing if any of... But that's just fishing in the dark.
Well, I pulled a fair amount of data from the Parallax servers before they managed to kick me out, but it'll... A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs. It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files, but... So, no, I don't have as much as a whiff of a trail on who's behind. Though, I recently got a strange request from... Someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Ogg... It seems like the network security head there is asking around for cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting checked. The original files on their servers are untouched. In their system, everyone looks But when you view the site from the outside of the network, a word here, a phrase there, it's subtle, but often has a big impact. Someone with deep access to Parallax's meshnet is... I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to the main KCOB offices and try talking to the gal that runs Augmented Eye. I ain't got the time or the desire to stick my nose that far out for a stranger, but it seems like...
It does. But if we have to wait for you...
Alright, I'll pass the word along that you'll be... And I'll send y'all word as soon as I get anything...
Excellent. Thank you, Tomcat. We are grateful for your
No problem, Turin. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Maybe you've been through some shit in the past few days.
I said I was fine. I have already handled the reality. It's time to move on with the investigation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on. So,
Understood. I apologize for my tone, Tomcat. We'll be...
Alright, later.
Okay, we have a lead, however tenuous. I've highlighted the cost... Also, while we were talking to Tom... Displaying...
Greetings. I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only message, but I'm undergoing my treatments and would not call myself presentable. Still, I wanted to inform you of an idea I had. I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research. She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been known to work closely with them on projects involving the intersection of... Melody and I are no longer on... But perhaps the intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get... I hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything, I will send word if I have... Yours, Doctor.
Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but maybe this Melody can Hayden must have kept... Hopefully we... I have highlighted Melody's home on your... Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or... Up to you where to... Tomcat's led us in the right direction so far, but Fairlight has resources and his tip might end up being more... It depends on what you want our focus to be on, in terms of tracking hate. It's fitting, they're the two factors that make Neo SF. If we explore them both to the fullest, there's no way we won't... Here we are.
I don't know who gets these leads. I don't trust him.
It looks like most of the businesses on this block were part of the same corporate secret coalition under Casa.
Nor do I trust Aaron.
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Not impossible. The meshnet says augmented eyes. All we have to do now. No shenanigans.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Ah, good choice. My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But chances are I have another corporation scoping out my... If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate... If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporter, even if I do end up. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield. Now, what do you know about our problem here? That's the long and short. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what... The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help. Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than Lips or a different... Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer. I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me they told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and all kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to. I pay them big bucks. So I'm inclined to believe them, unless you dig up something that... Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less... So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the... That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out... My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to. I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do. Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record... Like what? There isn't much. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street. We're one of the few good ones. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they invested in the right places and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us. Alright, look. I wasn't going to... So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI and... That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop... What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't... Because I'd really like to... And look, you've covered culture wars. My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party report. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you... Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass. No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more plausible deniability. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me not even second-hand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or... If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire. Good luck, and...
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected. She never brought you that hassy either. Is it always like this? Very true. I will admit that I am if all of this really is... That said, I will take care not to... We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
Purpose fell from grace.
Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
Holy shit. She is dead.
What the... That's Zin! You must think you're so fun. A woman may be dead, and all you... I'll remember that when you get thrown from a window. Ha, ha, ha. Perhaps you are cold and dead inside, but the rest... So, if you're satisfied, let's head back up to... Maybe we can find out what... It looks like the... Let's take a look around, but be careful not to... The police will be here... Her personal computer is not... Give me a moment to look through. Best to keep your fingerprints off... most of the... Committee reports, financials... Oh, here we... According to this email between Zin and her network admin, the admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog... Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and... But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting is. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look just like the augment. This Charlie fellow is the one we... We can't leave without finding a clue. Let's continue looking around. Maybe later if you... Or an adventure game. Your investigative skills could use a tickle. You're adventuring in all the... Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an... My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from the... But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor, or any other thermal...
So it's not the big judge, but has the time to say you're bad at wheelchair games.
It doesn't look... We should go. There isn't anything else you...
Son of a... I should have figured the two of you would be... You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you? Oh yeah. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't drag you in.
I assure you, Detective, we had an appointment with Zin.
Of course you did. Fine. Get the hell out of here before I... We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Certainly, I'll forward you a report of what...
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
Ooh. It doesn't matter. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that... Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence. Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story? We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie. I have highlighted the main Neo... Let's go! I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to put... I know you're used to computers being your only co-workers, but with you... Though I wouldn't blame you for a
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment? I really can't let you in without an appointment. I can maybe pencil you...
We don't have time for this. People's lives are on the line here, and...
Look, if it's that important, I can buzz you through to sympathy. But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And, try not to make her too mad.
Right, of course. I apologize.
Okay, head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother.
It can be so easy. A robot. A robot like Turing, unless it was programmed to kill.
Hey, you, over here, now. What are you doing bothering my people? thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee. Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in...
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of you. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the Meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the... We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat... Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from under... Super hacker twists Meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves. Zin? Augmented... What does Zin have to do?
She's the one who gave us the lead. Then, someone threw her out. We figured Mr. Nova might...
Holy sh... Fine. I'll let... If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as... I mean, shit. We're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown. Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM. Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand.
Robots are banned from killing unless no one knows. Turing said he can kill, so... Turing said he can kill, and he can self-modify his code. Well, if there's another robot that can do that.
Very sleek, very clean, bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks, then. Wait! I forgot to... I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that. What can I do for you?
Yes, any additional...
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't. But if you really want to know about TMI, it's her pride and joy after. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know? Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well. So, let's move on. What next? Oh, you flatter me. Yes, I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova. But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted, and the rest is not so ink. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the Mesh. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were... They're top-notch, the absolute best money... So I don't think there's anything more to say on the... It's Charlie. And honestly, I'd absolutely love to... Really, I just don't have the information. It's Charlie. And of course, I'm... Who has said otherwise? I'm not quite certain what you... You won't be able to trip me up that... It's Charlie. And Sympathy never met. But still, she said the tech guys are on top of it. I'm not scared of some boogeyman. This isn't the first... Security has to throw out obsessed... I'm made of stern... It's Charlie, and wait, what? What on earth? Oh, I'll tell you what I know. I didn't realize how serious this had gotten. But I'm always glad to play the hero.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, I really only have conjecture. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills. But all I've got is flimsy threads again. The thing is, all this stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human... It started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink card. The technically legal kind. Look, I like to have a good time at a party. But Sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called... He does great work after just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom. I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do. It could be a coincidence. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say... But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here. So if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link. Anyway, pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and... If he'll even see you. Oh, it was no problem. No. I'm quite happy to just make sure you source me. Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all. Give it the old Charlie Nova bump. Anyhow, I really have to get back to work. You wouldn't believe how long it takes to put all this together before a show. Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
This looks like the spot.
Yep.
I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out.
Hold up there, Speedy.
The fuck?
I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
Hello? We're just here to speak to
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Kiss, kiss, kiss.
What? No! Listen, we don't want any
trouble. We can be friends. I like this one. You're a little more... No, I like you too. And since we're all such good... Maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula. You see, I'm a budding street musician, working on my next big hit. but I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me.
Are you sure about? You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to... People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a...
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, not to mention all the other people it could This whole case is life or death.
Huh, kind of a drum. But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, he's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm... That's how we do things around here. I knew you'd see it my way. All you gotta do is help me... A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but it's gonna be Anyway, you ready? Gonna give it a shot? Here's the first line. I'm having trouble. You ready? It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second. It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. Really? Come on.
Hey! I liked it. Yeah!
Oh, man. I'm gonna keep thinking. But
Haven't you ever rapped
Shut up, Chad.
Gonna give it a shot? Here's the first line. You ready? It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah! Great idea. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number... You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some If you've got anything to... If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card. Hey, Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
A Christmas theme? Aren't those supposed to be...
Alright, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise this one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready? Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of... Damn it! This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo. Don't lose hope. I'm sure it...
Good job.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats. That doesn't rhyme. Oh man, you totally threw off my style. You might need to find... I'm gonna keep thinking.
Do you even know how to rap?
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can...
He does know...
Now that's what I... That was amazing! I can't believe... Whatever you do for work now, we totally become... On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. But you did... Go on in and see Non...
Here, you can keep the It was nice.
Hey, you too, little... Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah. This guy looks like the guy from Ninja Turtles.
Nope. Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not... Charlie. Yeah, I remember it. Paid good enough. Alright then. Sure, if that's what you... If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe a... I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR. Turns out brain surgery is expensive.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the original Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit. You found the door before. And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here.
Give us a moment. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into...
Okay.
I have an idea. Keep him...
See you, dude.
Just stick to what you know and pick a fight with him. If he's too mad to know, just be yourself.
Are you gonna get...